All right, Nick, let's talk about the USC Trojans. This is some big time news because I think this is the first time we're seeing this new defensive staff pay off for the Trojans with the latest big time commitment, flip commitment as well. Let's get into the article and we can talk about it on the other side. This is from 24/7 Sports. This Army and Navy Academy defensive lineman. I will try to pronounce this name. I think I got it, but uh, we'll do our best. Ratumana Bulalavu has committed to USC and plans to sign with the Trojans on Wednesday. Bulalavu, who says he goes by Mana, so that's what we will refer to him by the rest of the video, was an early commitment to Washington and signed with the Huskies during the early period in December. He decommitted from the Huskies 2 weeks ago, took official visits to Utah and Southern Cal over the last week before committing to the Trojans. The new USC coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball played a big role as well. He said, "The coaching staff is so promising. I'm completely bought into being a part of the first class they develop and cultivate into NFL talent," Mana said. He spent a lot of time with both D-line coach Sean Nua and D-line slash co-DC Eric Henderson. Of course, again, from 24/7 Sports. Nick, I think this is great. I think this is a big time commitment. Finally, some big time D-line help for the Southern Cal Trojans. Curious what your thoughts are on this one. But Southern Cal fans, let us know in the comment section below. What do you think about this latest commitment for the Trojans? Is this showing a new kind of direction for the defensive side of the ball? Do you think this staff has things going underway with the recent changes they have made? Let us know in the comment section below. But Nick, what do you think about the latest commitment for the Trojans?
So this is one of these commits that I think has the chance as we look, if we move forward a few years into the future, that people will sit there and say, how is this guy only a 4-star? Mana is an absolute dominating, physical, unrelenting force of nature. This dude is a machine. Granted, he played in kind of small high school football in his region of Carlsbad, California. That's kind of in the San Diego area. He was small school, so it wasn't elite competition, but oh my goodness, you watch 2 minutes of his film and he's just obliterating these poor kids. Like he literally looks like if Aaron Donald went down and played high school football for a day. This is what you would expect. That's what Mana did at the high school level. He is an absolute monster. He's listed at 6'4", 260 pounds. He's incredibly fast. He literally could put on 30 pounds. He's got a great frame. He's so explosive, so strong. Played both sides of the ball. Was an absolutely dominating force on both sides. I mean, guy's an unbelievable football player. I think he'll be a big time addition to USC's defense. Excuse me. But I think the thing that really impresses me, and this speaks to what USC is doing with their revamped defensive staff, is they were able to flip him from the Washington Huskies. The one concern I would have when the USC made their changes to their defensive staff is like, all right, are they going to be able to take advantage of West Coast opportunities? Because they're bringing new assistants from all over the place. I think the big one, getting Henderson from the Rams to come from the Rams and join the USC Trojans. At the time we did a video on it, I thought that was going to be huge for recruiting. I'm excited to see that it really played a big role in getting Mana. And I think that's the big story here. Mana's going to be a great player. Looks like an animal. I think he'll be a superstar for the USC Trojans. But I think Henderson's addition to the USC Trojans coaching staff, I think is a stabilizing force that will allow the USC to continue to have a strong West Coast presence on the defensive side of the ball. Offensive side of the ball, they're going to be fine. But Henderson, especially with this recruit, getting this commit, getting him to flip from Washington, I think is a sign that USC will have strength on the West Coast, both in California, Washington State, Oregon, NorCal, LA, Orange County, San Diego, you name it. The USC Trojans will have a strong recruiting presence even as they ship to the Big Ten because of what Henderson brings to the table. I thought at the time that was a great move by the Trojans to bring him on the coaching staff and getting this superstar in the making. I mean, I think this kid's going to be special. To sign with USC is just further proof of that.
Yeah, Nick, let's go a little bit over Mana's accolades as well, a little bit, just tell you exactly the kind of player you're getting. First off, multi-sport athlete. He played rugby and he also competed in track and field, did the triple jump, 110 meter hurdles. He's very athletic. He's very quick, great bend, well-rounded as well. He played the tuba in the band, so you love a guy who can do all things. He's got a great brain on him, but you look at his football acumen as well. You look at what he was able to do. 19 sacks his senior year, 2 pass breakups, a forced fumble, an interception. Then in 2022, he led the state of California in sacks with 23 and a half. 2 pass breakups, a block punt, block field goal. So great special teams asset here potentially as well. And then his sophomore campaign, he broke out 18 sacks there as well. This guy is an absolute beast all around the ball. He can do all kinds of great stuff for this Southern Cal team. As like you said, this new coaching staff, the new addition of the D line coach, really played a huge part in all of this. Henderson was one of the main guys that helped recruit Mana. I think it's going to be a big time move, and I'm excited to see finally, after the last 2 years, some good defense down in Southern Cal.
And just one final point to end on. This isn't just some, random occurrence. This is part of Lincoln Riley's strategy with the USC Trojans. If you look at their 2024 class as it currently sits, they've got 11 commits right now on defense compared to of their 21 total, 19 that have signed an LOI, letter of intent, and 2 that are hard commits. So you have 11 of the 21 are on defense. You got 1 that's special team. So again, Lincoln Riley, offensive mind, has clearly prioritized defense, 11 versus nine offensive commits so far this offseason. It clearly was the right move to make, but you always worry sometimes, can these offensive guys switch gears? Lincoln Riley is. He's executing a smart strategy, and this latest commitment is further proof that USC will finally be much better on the defensive side of football.